Each of us see millions of little things every day. A lot of these little things have potential to make us neurotic, but we let them slip by without a second glance. This eyeshadow is never even. We see other things, bigger things, and they bother us. Yet our minds twist them so that they seem pleasant. For some reason, this just doesn't fit with who we are. Sometimes it's hard to stay in control. We just can't let these things get the best of us. I'm late.
Yeah, where is she? I don't know, man. Dr. Zimmerman.
Hi, I'm from the DA's office.
Hi, I'm Detective Bradshaw, Officer Gordon.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So what's this guy's story?
Well, he's charged with homicide of an elderly man he's been taking care of. Yeah, he's a real nutbag if you ask me.
Isn't that my job to decide?
Yeah, I guess you have to see if he's fit to stand trial.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, I'm Dr. Zimmerman. I'm here to evaluate you. I need you to be accurate and tell me about everything that happened before you were arrested, because I'm going to be standing trial to determine whether or not you're mad. Are you feeling okay? You seem nervous.
True. Very, very dreadfully nervous. I have been and am. But why would you say I'm mad? The disease had sharpened my senses, not dulled them, not destroyed them. Most of all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard things in heaven, in the earth. I heard many things in hell. But why would you say I'm mad? Listen to how calmly, how stealthily I can tell you the whole story. It's impossible to say when the idea at first came into my brain. Mr. Pym, you're awake. It's time for your pills.
Thank you, Arthur. You're so kind. What did I ever do to deserve you?
Oh, Mr. Pym, you've been good enough to many people. I never seen you wrong anybody. You deserve it.
Here, let me give you some money for your trouble.
Oh, no, Mr. Pym, please. You've been good enough to me. You fancy me mad.
No, I never said that I thought you were
Mad
mad.
men know nothing. But you should have seen me. With what caution I proceeded. With what foresight. With what dissimulation I went to work. I was never kinder to the old man the whole week before I killed him. Hope you had a good late-night dinner. And tomorrow, get this, tomorrow I'm going to take care of your wash and do your bills then for you, okay? And then everything's fine.
Thank you, Arthur. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Penn. Each night, just at midnight, I would open the latch to his chamber door and thrust in an inch, little by little, slowly, oh so gently. I have a laser, and I snuck it in very, very softly, gently. It took me a whole hour just to get my head into his room. Would a madman be as wise as this? And this I did for 7 long nights. But I would always find the eye was closed. So, of course, it was impossible for me to do the deed. For it wasn't the old man that vexed me. It was his evil eye. Upon the 8th night, I was more cautious than usual. A watch's minute hand moved more slowly than did mine. Never before that night did I know the extent of my own powers, of my own sagacity. I could barely contain my feelings of triumph. To think, there I was, opening the door, little by little, and the old man not even to dream of my dirty deeds and thoughts. I scarcely laughed at the idea. And perhaps he heard me, for he moved quickly on his bed. Now you may think I drew back, but no. For his room was as black as pitch, and I knew he could not see the opening of the door, so I pushed it open, steadily. I had my head all the way in now. Just as I was about to put the laser on the evil eye, but my thumb slipped on my keychain, made a noise. And the old man heard it, jumped up upon his bed and said,
Who's there?
I said nothing, and kept quite still. And for this I did for a whole hour. I didn't move a muscle. And I didn't hear him lay back down upon his bed. He was just sitting there, listening. just like I have been doing night after night, watching and listening to the death watches on the wall. Presently, I heard a slight groan. It's nothing but the wind in the chimney. It's just a mouse crossing the floor and been saying to himself, yes. He had been trying to comfort himself with these suppositions, but he found them all in vain. All in vain. Because death, in approaching him, had stalked up behind with his black shadow and enveloped the victim. And it was the unperceived shadow before him that caused him to feel, although he neither saw nor heard, to feel my presence within that room. But even yet I refrained and kept still.
I scarcely breathed. I held the light motionless. I tried steadily. How could I maintain the ray upon the eye? Meantime, the hellish tattoo of the heart increased. It grew quicker and quicker, and louder and louder. The old man's terror must have been extreme. It grew louder and louder, I say.
What about the sound of the...
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Do you mark me well? I've told you that I'm nervous. So I am.
Now, at the dead hour of night, amid the dreadful silence of that old house, so strange a noise as this excited me to uncontrollable terror. The beating grew louder and louder. I thought the heart must burst. But now a new anxiety seized me. The sound could be heard by a neighbor. The old man's hour had come. With a loud yell, I threw open the door and leaped into the room. He shrieked once only.
If you still think me mad, you'll think no longer when I describe with what precautions I took for the concealment of the body. The night waned, and I worked hastily, but in silence. First of all, I dismembered the body. I cut off the head and the arms, and then the legs. I then took up 3 planks from the flooring of the chamber. I put all the body parts in it. There was not one mess to clean up. Not one blood stain, blood spot anywhere. I had been too wary for that. The tub has caught it all. Yeah. When I made an end of these labors, it was 4 o'clock, still dark as midnight. As the bell sounded the hour, there came a knocking on the street door. I went down to open it with a light heart for what I had now to fear. Yes?
Sorry to bother you, sir, at such an early time in the morning. We had a report of an incident, a screaming sound coming from here earlier.
A screaming sound?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right, so what we'd like to do is like to come in and take a look around. If we can.
Sure, yeah, no problem. Come on in. I mean, sure, yeah, of course. I would allow you to come in. Sure.
And your name is, sir?
My name is Arthur. Yeah. And, yeah, I'll give you a grand tour. And finally, the old man's room himself. I actually really like this room.
It's a nice
Have a
room.
seat. We could have here, so we could sit on the edge of the bed.
Alright, I'll take a seat then.
I'll have a seat right here. a very nice old scent to everything.
Yeah, it's
Thank-
very, very pretty room here. It's very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
At least you're never late.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
The officers were satisfied. My manner had convinced him. I was at ease. But then I had a headache, and I fancied a ringing in my ears. But still they sat, still chatted. The ringing became more distinct. I talked more freely to get rid of the feeling, but it continued. Until I found the noise was not within my ears. I grew very pale, but I talked more frequently and with a heightened voice. Yet the sound increased. It grew louder and louder. Still the men chatted pleasantly. Was it possible they not heard? No, they heard. They suspected. They knew. They were making a mockery of my agony. I could bear those hypocritical smiles no longer. I thought I must scream or die. Again, louder and louder.
All right, fine. You caught me. All right, just forget it. There, beneath the plank, it's the beating of the man's heart.
So what do you think?
I definitely think that he needs further psychiatric evaluation.
Officer Gordon, take that man to the state hospital as soon as possible.
Right.